Alright, so it's been what, 2 months since I've uploaded? Yeah. Well, anyways, doesn't matter because we are back today. I'm going to make a simple video to get back into, uploading because it's been a while and I'm not talented at speaking to myself in a dark room. It's a skill I've lost over the months. So yeah, I'm going to show you how to automate your trade platforms today, and obviously right out the gate, I want to make sure it's clear why this is important, because this is very specific. Why are we going to be automating trade platforms specifically when there are all these other types of platforms in the game, for example, these three? Well, I'll tell you why, because for whatever reason, when they made the trade platform, they did not include what they included for the others in the automation update, which is that for almost everything else, you can just click this thing right here, and it will do its thing automatically. So here we have the atmospheric condenser. Since I clicked this circular thing button, if I turn it on now, it will produce hydrogen over and over again until it runs out of storage. Same with the soil centrifuge. If I have it on compound here and I press this, it will keep on turning soil into compound until it runs out of soil or it runs out of space to put the compound on. Same thing over here. If I do this, it will continue to make rubber and it will not stop because there's a button for that. That's what automates it. But over here, you will notice that the trade platform doesn't have one of those. You have to do it manually. Every time you want to trade something, you have to actually trade it yourself. Nobody wants to do that. And so today, I'm going to swoop in like an absolute superhero and show you how to make it so that you don't have to do that. So that you don't have to do that anymore because nobody wants to do that. Also, why did I change my outfit? I usually have the, hang on a second. Here we go. I'm back and flexing now. Anyways, if you know what the storage sensor is, your next thought is probably that that's what we can use to automate the trade platform. And that would make sense, because what we can do with the storage sensor is, as you can see right there, mode, full or empty. We can test when the trade platform is full, and then tell it to launch whenever it fills up the scrap, just like that. So we have it right here. We can put it on the thing, on the trade platform. Gosh, hang on, let me just restart. We can put a storage sensor on the trade platform, which means the trade platform is what it's sensing, right? So since we put this on the trade platform, it is saying when the trade platform is full or empty, which empty doesn't matter for the trade platform because it won't launch when it's empty. So for all practical purposes, it just checks when it's full. So we have it on the trade platform, so now we're thinking it will check when the trade platform is full, and then we attach the activator thing, which is this, to also the trade platform, which means it will launch when it's full. Or so you would think, because that's not how it works. That's just how it should work. Because as you can see right here, if we fill this thing up with scrap, someday, it doesn't care. Because for some reason, the storage sensor does not recognize the trade platform. It probably doesn't recognize any actual crafting station, but for the trade platform that's specifically an issue because that's what we need in order for it to be automated. But don't worry, guys, my IQ is in the quadruple digits. I've discovered a workaround for this, and it's right here. So let me just say right out the gate, I'm not going to explain how this works at first because that's going to be a nightmare for everyone, especially me, but also you because I'm not good at explaining things. So here's what's going to happen. First, I'm going to show you how to do this. Then for those of you who have the stones to bear through it, I'm going to explain how it works. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to show how we're going to show how to do it, then how it makes sense, because most of you are not going to want to stick around for the how it makes sense part. It's just a mess. Yep. So first things first, I'm going to explain the premise of this, right? The very base level thing that allows it to work. This shouldn't be here yet. Anyways, I'm going to explain the very basic level of why this works. We can't use storage sensors on the trade platform itself, so we have to put storage sensors on something else other than the trade platform to detect when the trade platform's full. So basically this auto arm over here is taking scrap and putting it over here on the trade platform. But when it can no longer put it on the trade platform, it puts it on this platform right here instead. So we're detecting this to see when this is full instead of the trade platform itself. But obviously, it works a little weirder because we're not doing it straight on the trade platform itself. But I'll do all the explaining later, like I said. Another thing I'm going to point out is that these glow sticks over here aren't actually doing anything. It's just filling up this side of the platform because we don't need it. Anytime you see glow sticks in my videos, they're just going to be there to take up space because that's all glow sticks are for. But yes, I will reiterate. You need a large platform B You want one side to be useless, and then you want this side to have a medium storage on it with your trade platform in the middle. After that, we're going to get a storage sensor, and we are going to put it on something random so that we can change its mode, because you can't change its mode while it's on the ground for some reason. So put it on something random, and press F to change its mode until it's at empty or not empty. Now again, we want 2 of these, but I'm in creative, so I can just duplicate it. We want 2 empty or not empty. This one didn't duplicate properly, so I have to reset it myself. We want 2 empty or not empty storage sensors. We also want a count repeater set to just 2, which is the default. That's as low as it goes. We want it set to just 2, which means each time it's activated, it has to be activated twice before it... What did I just say? Look, you have to activate it twice before it activates whatever it's going to activate. Basically, it makes it so that you have to put in 2 different inputs to get 1 input out. Yeah, okay. That's just a little taste of what my explaining skills are going to be like later. I probably should have just not even explained that. But yes, we want one of these set to 2, but we want it halfway activated. So we'll just take a button repeater and activate it once. And then we don't need this anymore because we just want it halfway activated at the start. Then we will stack it on top of one of the storage sensors we have. And we are going to get rid of these over here because I'm just going to show you how this works manually right very now. We're going to put the storage sensor that's by itself on this right here, just like this. Make sure it's on the medium storage, not the platform. It has to be on the medium storage, so put it right on the medium storage like so. And then attach this one that's by itself, the storage sensor that's alone, to the auto arm that grabs your scrap. Okay? Very important stuff. Crucial, one might even say. Then take the other one that has the count repeater that's halfway activated. Remember, it has to be halfway activated. It has to be set to 2 and halfway activated. And then you put that also right here. Make sure, again, that it's on medium storage here instead of the actual platform. And then this one goes to the trade platform. Okay? That's where that one goes. And so now, what happens is, we take the auto arm, and we have it on, and then it puts scrap over here, and it starts to fill up the trade platform. There's going to be a pause here, because it takes time to do that. I thought this explaining was going to be nice and neat, but no. Alright, now that's full, it has nowhere else to put it but this platform. So this storage sensor right here says, oh, it's not empty anymore, because, you know, it's set to empty or not empty. So now that it's not empty, it activates, which means it activates the count repeater and activates it fully because it was already halfway activated. And then that goes to the trade platform and activates it so that it blasts off, which is nice because that's what we wanted. So one might ask, why do we have a separate storage sensor for the auto arm? Well, that's because we want it to be off right now, because if it was still on, it would just fill up this platform, which, long story short, no good. We don't like that. That's going to mess things up in the long run. So this turns this off, and then when the trade platform gets back, I don't remember what happens, so I'm going to explain it as it happens. Yeah, okay. It takes that scrap, and then it puts all the stuff here, which doesn't actually empty the storage technically, so it doesn't mess up any of our triggering over here, because it just, like, it's like nothing ever happened, which is nice. And so, you can take this off manually, you can have an auto arm take it off, it doesn't matter. Whatever you do here, once everything is off, it's going to halfway activate this one again, which is why we had this halfway activated to begin with, because as you can see, the storage sensor is set to empty or not empty. We only want one of those to trigger this, the not empty one. We want the empty one to be ignored, that's why every other time this thing gets not activated, while the other times it does get activated. And so, if you got this set up, now it works perfectly fine. There's only one thing you need to know. Never ever take this scrap off. If you take this off, as you can see, it's going to halfway activate this and turn that back on. It's going to cause problems. In fact, I don't really know how to fix this anymore. Wait. No, okay, I guess it doesn't break it, actually. Technically speaking, it doesn't break it, because I just realized that it's actually going to work anyways. But it might mess it up in some case. I don't really know how this works. I just threw this together quickly because I needed to make a video because I don't upload anymore, and that's kind of lame. But yeah, I recommend not taking that scrap off, especially if you have this automated, because I assume you'll just have something take off the resin for you, in which case it doesn't even matter, because the scrap will eventually automatically go straight back on to the trade platform. Well, I hope I explained that better. I used this contraption, which it was kind of a broken version of this, in another video, but I didn't explain it well there. I hope I explained it well here. I probably didn't. Also, my throat's sore, which it also was last time I explained this contraption. That's pretty neat. Yeah, I hope I didn't miss anything. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments and I will almost 1000% answer them, because that's a thing I do. I answer comments on the videos I make. Well, I guess that's my outro.